Hey everyone, let's jump right into today's explainer. This one is specifically for all the application builders out there. Look, creating a beautiful, modern user interface can honestly sometimes feel like an uphill battle against the native platform's layout constraints, right? But today, we're exploring some source material that covers a tool called B4XDaisyText. It promises to be the ultimate bridge between the rapid world of web prototyping and native app development. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to meet B4XDaisyText, look at web styling in a native environment, master typography and styles, check out smart layouts, and finally, dive into some advanced visuals.
All right, part 1, meet B4XDaisyText, bridging the gap.
If you've built a native interface, you already know the drill. You're constantly calculating constraints and hard-coding hex colors just to get one simple label to look right. It totally begs the question, how do we bring the blistering speed of tools like Tailwind CSS and DaisyUI straight into native B4X development? We all want that modern utility-first workflow, but we need it rendering natively on our mobile and desktop apps.
Well, according to the docs, B4XDaisyText is exactly that bridge. Think of it as a real-time translation layer. It's a custom class where you just type in those familiar web-native utility tokens, standard Tailwind sizes or DaisyUI semantic colors, and it instantly translates them right into native UI components. It's literally the speed of web development combined with the raw performance of native code.
Moving on to part 2, web styling in a native environment. This is all about a brand new workflow.
When you compare the two approaches side by side, the contrast is pretty wild. On the left, we've got the old way, manual math, copying and pasting hex codes, and basically guessing at text type pixel values. But on the right, that's the new workflow. You are essentially writing CSS utilities directly inside the B4X visual designer. Just use simple string tokens, pop in wfull for your width, textsem for size, or just type primary to automatically apply your theme's primary color. It's that easy.
Okay, part 3, mastering typography and styles through semantic design.
So this tool packs some serious core capabilities for typography. First up, it fully supports Tailwind size tokens. We're talking everything from a tiny text XS all the way up to a massive text 5XL. Second, it leverages DaisyUI's semantic color variants. That means you can literally just tag your text as success or error, and the component handles the exact color logic for you. And hey, if you need absolute pixel-perfect control, it fully supports standard CSS sizing too. Just type in 4EM, 1.5 rem, or 80px, and it knows exactly what to do with it. Just look at this instant visual hierarchy, rendered perfectly natively. You can see the H1 heading scaling down flawlessly to a 10x text. And right below that, check out how those semantic variants are applied. You've got that bold blue primary text and that distinct accent color. It basically hands you a completely standardized design system that works seamlessly inside your native app. But it definitely doesn't stop at just sizes and colors. The component actually has string transformations and decorations built right into its properties, so you can toggle uppercase, lowercase, or capitalize without having to write a single line of string manipulation code. It handles bold, italic, underlined, and strike-through styling straight out of the box. And for you typography nerds out there, it even allows for precise letter spacing or kerning using standard M units. Seeing these features applied natively is just super satisfying. Notice how the casing transformations update seamlessly. That capitalize function just instantly formats the text for you. And take a look at the bottom row. Notice that precise kerning? That extra wide 0.2 em spacing creates this really airy premium look that, let's be honest, is notoriously tedious to pull off in standard native development. All right, let's jump into part 4, smart layouts and auto-sizing. This is all about flawless execution. We all hate dreaded text clipping, right? Well, to avoid that, you just set auto-resize to true and provide a height of H auto. Once you do that, the component totally takes over. Behind the scenes, it queries the native font metrics, calculates the CSS line height, figures out exactly how many lines are needed for your screen's specific width, and then gracefully scales its base panel to perfectly fit the text. Seriously, no more guessing heights. And here's what that logic looks like in action. We have a long, multi-line paragraph sitting neatly inside a rounded box with a subtle border. Because the height is dynamically calculated based on the device's width, you get this perfectly contained paragraph. Zero clipping, zero overlap. It just works, plain and simple. Which brings us to our final section, part 5, advanced visuals and interactions. Time to go beyond just text.
B4X Text actually exposes a highly customizable set of shadow properties. You can easily tweak the shadow color, set the shadow radius, which controls the intensity of the blur, and adjust the horizontal and vertical offsets using Shadow DX and Shadow DY. By manipulating these few simple properties, you can create some highly complex, really modern visual styles right there in the designer. When you start combining these properties, you can build something pretty incredible. At the top here, a smooth drop shadow gives some really elegant depth to the text. But check out the one below it. A bright pink neon glow effect? No way, right? But that eye-catching visual is achieved simply by centering the shadow offsets, cranking up the blur radius, and picking a really vibrant color. It's a total game changer. And finally, we have to talk about these unique interactive states. With just a single Boolean toggle, enabling isSkeleton completely swaps out your text for a beautifully animated loading placeholder. It is absolutely perfect for when you're fetching server data. Or if you toggle the link property, it instantly turns your text into a clickable underlined anchor that automatically opens URLs. Normally, you'd have to import entirely separate libraries just to pull these two things off. By bridging that web design syntax with the native execution, this tool completely transforms the developer workflow. It's just so much faster. But it does leave us with a pretty provocative thought to wrap up today's explainer. If a single component can bring the speed, flexibility, and power of web prototyping to native B4X text, what other native UI elements are just waiting for their own Tailwind revolution? Something to think about. Thanks for hanging out with us today.